Hello, my name is Karen Mattern. I'm one of 4 bereavement counselors with the VNA Hospice. I'd like to welcome you today to our second virtual ceremony of remembrance. Today we are remembering those who have suffered a loss from July of 2020 to December of 2020. We'd like to recognize that your losses were very significant during the midst of our pandemic, and we'd like to state that there are very unique circumstances in working through the loss of a loved one when there were many restrictions in place in our local facilities and hospitals. So this is an especially important time for you today to have recognized your loved ones in a very unique and personal manner by providing photographs, letters, pictures, poetry, anything that is unique to your particular loved one that really is an important way to represent what they meant to you and the loss in the family. So today we hope that you will take the time to sit back, reflect on your loved one and the challenges that you all navigated during the pandemic, knowing that we remember with you, we care, and we hope that today will bring a special recognition. Here at the VNA, we have taken pride in our ceremony of remembrance when we have been able to get together, and so we are saddened that we're not able to do that right now. We hope in the near term we'll be able to get back together in person and also include our VNA community members who have traditionally been a part of our services in the past. It is an important ceremony in the community because people love to come together, place their loved ones' pictures on the altar, and share personal stories of their loved ones, which is an important part of the healing process. So today we are grateful that you took the time to, in a very unique way, upload these different documents to bring recognition to the service of your loved one in your life. We will have several speakers today. Our chaplain, Barbara Miller, will be taking a time to reflect on some of the ways that she has supported some of our hospice patients and families during this pandemic. And our music therapist, Grace Jones, will provide a beautiful song and her own personal reflections of her experiences in providing support to our families. And then we also are really blessed to have one of our bereavement clients who has participated in our individual services and in our group counseling services to share her impressions of how it has been navigating through her particular loss and how the VNA has helped to support her. And finally, we love to get to the part of our ceremony where we call the Parade of Butterflies. And this is always a very significant time for us because we usually have a butterfly board behind us where each person who comes in the door typically writes the name of their loved one on a butterfly, and they get to take that home as a permanent reminder of their time with us today. So in lieu of that, Mary Beth will be reading the names of your loved ones today, and she will read them along with any other sentiments that you all have sent in to provide a reflection of your loved one. So while we will miss being able to provide you with that butterfly today, I hope that you will see, as Mary Beth reads the names, that there will be butterflies on the sides of your loved ones' pictures and mementos that you have sent to us today. So Mary Beth, thank you so much for your wonderful words and your gentle way of announcing those that have passed before us. Thank you, Mary Beth. So we hope today you will find this brings, again, meaning and significance to your loss, and we thank you for taking the time to share these few moments together. So sit back, relax, and enjoy what will be to come. Thank you.
Peace be with you today. I'm Barbara Miller, chaplain with VNA Hospice, and in these days as you remember your loved one, you may be feeling a range of emotions, some that often come with grief and loss. And for some of you it may seem like unfamiliar terrain, like you're walking in a strange land, and sometimes it may seem lonely. I want to encourage you that God is present with you and cares for you. Indeed, you're even specially blessed as you journey through this loss with God's provision of comfort and hope. The scriptures say, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." God understands and offers comfort right at the center of what you're experiencing. And he knows and understands what you're going through. The psalmist said, "God is near to the brokenhearted, and he saves those who are crushed in spirit." Now I'd like to offer this prayer that may bring you hope as you walk in this unfamiliar terrain of living life without your loved one. Gracious God, bless those who mourn the death of a relative or friend and feel that with this loss, their lives are incomplete. Bless those who mourn and fill these empty hearts with pleasant memories, the sounds of laughter, sunshine, and happier days. Bless those who mourn and heal their brokenness with the soothing balm of your gentle touch, that they might know shalom, wholeness, and peace. Amen.
So now I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our next speaker. Her name is Tammy Crowley, and we are grateful that she has taken the time to assemble her thoughts on what her experiences have been with the VNA. So thank you, Tammy, for taking your time to share with us today.
My sister had come for support right away. My mom died in March 2017, and she was talking to me about it. I said, "Oh, I don't need it." I was one of those that didn't think I needed any help, and I was getting through it just fine. But finally, I realized she was right. So that's when Becky was meeting in this very small group at the back of St. Sebastian, William Parish Hall or something like that. There was only 6 of us. And it was just such a revelation to listen to everyone's stories and think, we really aren't alone in this. Which I had thought, I'm alone, but that's okay, I can do it. And realizing it was okay to say I wasn't okay, and there's help. So Becky was a big part of that. One thing Becky said to me towards the very beginning that I never forgot: when you're caretaking for someone and they pass away, you don't just lose your loved one, you lose your job, your sense of purpose. What do I do to fill my days now? That's the hardest part, I think, afterwards. There's going to be the grief and dealing with all the arrangements and everything, but then that silence that comes after, everything's done. What do I do now? And that's where the support group can help, because there's other people that are going through the same thing, and they can help you find those little threads to bring you back to life and back to your connections and back to the people that care about you. So that's where I think reaching out to the support groups is really helpful. My mom, I lost in 2017, I think I said. She was my touchstone, my best friend, my anchor, I talked to her every single day of my life. And on the readings that Becky gives us, some of them just really touched home with me, like the one that says you're not the same person anymore once you lose that person that you love, because the person you were when they were alive isn't there anymore. You have to change and become someone else, and you have to be okay with that change. That's part of the grieving process, and to honor their memory and find a way to move forward. Because I know my mom wouldn't want me to be grieving like I still am, and I still am. It's not as harsh and new as it was at the beginning, but it's still there. I think it always will be. And I'm trying to find a way to get back to the happy person that she knew and would want me to be again. And that's part of what Becky's magic is, that it's always a positive experience going to the support groups. There's always something to be drawn from it that you can take to your heart and remember and even share with another person. Because there's people that I talk to all the time that have lost someone and they never had the support. And they said, "Wow, I didn't even know that was out there." I said, "Yes, and it's still out there if you need it." So kind of being a little ambassador for the group is also part of it. And that's what I get out of it now after 4 years later, is if I can say something in that group meeting that helps someone that's newly grieving, that helps me. That makes me feel like my grief wasn't for naught. I'm helping someone else because I've been through it, can help them. And it just, I don't know how to describe that experience. Just looking at their faces as they're sitting there in tears, and they kind of, you see the light bulb come on that maybe I am going to get through this and be okay. Because those first few months, you're not. You're sure you're going to die. You just don't know how you're going to get through the next day. But that brave step of walking through that door the first time, if you can do that and keep coming, you will definitely find support and camaraderie and fellowship and a way to get through it. It's a solemn but yet joyous celebration of their lives. And the people that are brave enough to get up and talk, you can see it on their faces, just that, that relief that they finally got to speak about their loved ones to somebody that's not gonna, say, oh, not this again. That kind of thing that you get when you talk about your loved ones to people that have heard it over and over and don't want to hear it again, but they get to say it to a new audience of people that understand. And it's just a really beautiful, beautiful thing.
Chester Harris Jones, Jr. Theodore Dyer. Dave Gage. Harry Maxwell Moore, Jr. Jean Page. Helen M. Cannell. Nancy A. Merriman. Chris Kistler.
Hi, my name is Grace, and I'm one of the music therapists here at the VNA. I'm going to sing a simple chant a few times, and I encourage you as you're watching and listening to this to close your eyes, breathe deeply, relax, and sing along if you catch on, or just think about your thoughts and feelings and your loved ones. Though tears may fall upon my heart, I know we'll never part. Time heals pain, though love remains. Though tears may fall upon my heart, I know we'll never part. Time heals pain, though love remains. Though tears may fall upon my heart, I know we'll never part. Time heals pain, though love remains.
I'd like to thank our speakers today, Barbara Miller, Tammy Crowley, and of course the beautiful voice of Grace Jones. And Mary Beth, as always, thank you for bringing your beautiful, quiet, reflective voice to honor those that have had a loss in these last 6 months. And we thank you, everyone, for taking time to tune in, and we hope that you have enjoyed this quiet, reflective time. It is a part of the healing journey to reflect, to remember, and to bring significance to the loss of your loved one. And we hope that if there is anything that we can continue to do to provide support to you, that you will not hesitate to contact us at the VNA. Thank you for your time today. Bye-bye.